Hey, I'm Aja A, and welcome to Sunshine Haze. Don't forget to check out all the links that I have listed down in the description box, and if you like the video, please give me a little thumbs up. If you have any questions after the video is over, feel free to drop them down below. I try to respond to everyone. And if you all know people interested in astrology, numerology, tarot, or whatever I'm talking about on this channel, go on and send them this link. And don't forget to hit subscribe. And of course, thanks for tuning in and rocking with me. May this info help y'all live your best lives. Peace. Hey y'all, Happy New Year, Happy New Decade, Happy 2020. I'm Aja A. I am Aja A. Welcome to SunshinehazeCo. As you see tarot cards on your screen, that means it's time for some kind of reading. This reading is for this new year, 2020. And this video is for the Aries Sun, Aries Moon, and Aries Rising. This video, this reading, the spread is a little different from my regular spreads. If you are a regular on my channel, we are going to be looking at a few different energies for this year to come up from January through the end of December. I'm looking at the energy coming in for you, or the overall energy for you for this year. Looking at what's coming in as far as your career and finances goes, love and relationships, and also your personal growth. And as always, regular for my readings, I am also going to give you guys a little soul message. I've got a couple oracle decks and a tarot deck here, and I'll have all of that. If you like these decks, I'll have them linked down in the description box below. Before I get started, please keep in mind that this is a general reading. So if this is not resonating with you, check out your moon and or rising sign, which I do, or I will have linked down below in the description box, okay? All right, y'all, let's just go on and get started. What's popping off for Aries in 2020? You've got knowledge. And I'm going to go into your other cards further on into the spread, but just looking at your spread overall, it's going to be a lot of learning for you literally a lot of learning for you this year, Aries. And it is in regards to your personal growth, in the sense of upward motion. You know, this is personal positive growth. You've got this knowledge card coming here. So this card is telling me, Aries, that as this year plays out for you, everything that transpires comes with a lesson, especially those major instances. So, you know, every conversation you have, you're supposed to take something away from it. Every, you know, situation that you end up in, whether it turns out for the good or it turns out for the bad, you are supposed to take something from it, learn from it, incorporate it into your life, your lifestyle, and grow from it. So this card here does also tell me that you might be, Aries, some of you might be, if you have not been in or haven't gone to at all, might be looking into getting some sort of further education, and that could be going off to like college, that could be, you know, getting a higher degree, that could also mean, you know, learning more about a skill or a talent that you harness and doing something to further cultivate it, like taking a class. If you're into cooking, you might get into, you know, watching, you know, what is the word I'm looking for? It's on the tip of my tongue. Culinary something. What am I trying to say? Sorry, y'all. Shoot, I can't think of it. Well, I can think of it. I can't think of it enough to get it out. But you might be in culinary techniques. There we go. You might be into like learning more about or watching culinary technique videos. I don't know why that was so hard to get out. Say if you're a musician, you might be interested in learning about a different style of music, or you might be a vocalist and you might be into picking up an instrument and might start learning how to play an instrument. Just whatever it is that you're into, Aries, or that you have been thinking about getting into. I feel that this year in 2020 coming up for you, you are going to be taking the time to learn about this thing, which is very interesting for you because you guys are cardinal. You're the most cardinal sign. You start off the astrological year and you're fire. So you come with this energy of really getting things started, really getting things popping. But with this knowledge card here, this is telling me that it's going to be a little different for you, as opposed to thinking something and then doing it with that fire. You might think of something and then you're going to take the time to learn about it before you actually make moves on it. I pick up on this sense of whatever it is that you're into or that you are thinking about, Aries, you are thinking about it in terms of, this could be a solid foundation for me. This is what I want to do with my life. This is where I want to see myself in X amount of years. So as opposed to being impulsive, which is not always a bad thing, but as opposed to lighting the fire and then running with the torch, which you guys are going to be doing during this next year, is, you know, setting the candle in place and sparking the fire and letting the candle do its thing while you learn and soak up knowledge and, you know, practice and perfect whatever it is that you're coming into, so to speak. This card also comes with this numerical energy of 34, which breaks down into 7, which has 3 and 4, which is all about, you know, focusing on your future, focusing on what it is that you want, positively manifesting things, and then actually building the foundation upon them. And 7 is the number of truth and divinity and philosophy. So this knowledge card coming up here with this numerical energy does tell me that, Aries, whatever it is that you're getting into or that you're learning more about or you're becoming more involved in is actually something that you are supposed to be falling into alignment with. The best way that I can describe it is, this is going to be a year, Aries, where you get into your calling. Whatever it is that you are actually supposed to be doing in this life, this is where you're going to start cultivating or planting the seeds and cultivating that career, cultivating that, you know, solid foundation or that garden, whatever it is, okay? All right, y'all, let's get into your next set of cards here. The first card that we're going to look at is going to be in regards to your finances and your career. And if you watch my videos, you know I like to keep it real. And with that being said, we're going to burn some Palo Santo for this one. I don't want to say I'm not a fan of the 5 cards, but the 5 cards are not my favorite energies to pull. And as I was saying, if you watch my videos, you know I like to keep it real. I will not lie if I get a card that I consider smudge them finances, yeah. Consider a all shit card. But you have a 5 card here. You've got Ogun, which is from the Santeria suit in this deck, which is the Pentacles. It's the Earth suit. And this 5 card in this deck carries this energy of really having to put in work and really only being able to put in work when you're faced with a challenge that warrants you to do so. So with this coming up in your financial position, this does tell me that 2020 may not be the best financial year for you to start off, because I also pick up on the energy of 5 is the number associated with change and transformation. So I do pick up on, you know, you may come into the year with a little bit of this dense energy around your finances or your career. But as it picks up and as it plays out, by way of what you're learning and what you're changing based on what comes with this card, you guys are going to be in this position to where you see your finances actually start to flourish and become abundant. But it's going to take a little bit of time. You've got the Earth card here with the Earth cards popping up. They are not quick moving energies. So I really do think that you're going to see financial transformation over this year, but you're going to go into this year kind of carrying a little bit of the financial shit that you had from 2019. Let's just keep it real. With that card popping up there, to get a little bit more into detail with it, you know, Aries, as I was saying earlier, you're cardinal, you're fire, and on the shadow side, fire can be a little impulsive, and coupled with cardinal energy, baby, listen, when y'all want to do something, you will do it. When you see something shiny or something that you like and you want it, you will buy it and not really take your finances into regard. So with that being said, I pick up on the sense of Aries. You are going to be in this position as far as your money goes, at least at the start of the year, to where you are actually going to be noticing the things that you have been doing that are financially irresponsible, so to speak. You know, and I was saying this, I think, in the Capricorn new moon video, which will be linked down below. Shameless plug. I was saying, you know, this is going to be a time to where we might have to make a little bit of sacrifice when it comes to, you know, the simple pleasures in life. I think I was talking about, you know, eating out or doing fun things, and that our finances during this time is really about to be going to bills. can you pay my bills? So that's really your energy, but you're asking that to yourself, like, can I pay my bills? And you're Aries, some of y'all are going to be in this space where you're like, not really. What am I doing that is causing me to have that as my answer? And that is the energy that you're working with this 5 card here. And although this Ogun card is a little bit of a dense energy, the good thing with it is it does come with the number 5. Although I said 5 makes me nervous. As I said, it comes with change. So as you learn these things, again, you have that knowledge card. Again, this year is all about learning for you, and it also learning from your experiences. As you come into that change and you learn these things, you'll shift. And that's when you'll start to see your finances start to shift as well. So my message to you as you start off the year, Aries, is to get started right away. Celebrate. I don't know what aspect in my chart this is, but I'd be like, listen, live your best life and then buckle down. So, we're coming into a new year. We're coming into a new decade. Celebrate, have some fun, treat yourself to something if you can, if you're able to do so. But after about like a week or two, Aries, you got to reel it back. You got to stop doing all the flashy things. You got to stop doing all the extra shit, like going to the gym. You can work out in your house for free. Going out to eat. Oh, you like pizza? Well, guess what? At the grocery store, it costs probably less than $10 to get shit to make pizza. Or you can get a pizza that you can put in the oven. It's not the same. I would make the pizza if I were you. But tangent. Maybe you got to stop ordering pizzas, my G. You got to stop, you like to get the new updates when they come out on the phones. Well, guess what? You need to be like me and keep your little iPhone whatever for 3 years. Save your money, and try to actively change your financial habits during this year. I don't really have much of a message for your career as far as your career goes. As far as career goes, the only message that's coming up for y'all that I'm picking up on is that, especially if you're coming into doing what it is that you really enjoy, there is a lot that has to be done for you to actually prosper in this field or actually grow in this business. And you have to take the time to learn. You have to either take the time to go to school, take the classes. You gotta stay the extra hours to get the work done that needs to be done, or whatever that may be. But there's gonna be, when we say it's not for nothing, on the other side of this 5 energy, as far as your career goes, as far as your job goes, it's gonna be abundant, it's gonna be successful, it's gonna be prosperous. But on this end, you got to put work in order to get that result that you like to see. Okay, so just keeping it very real with your financial and career messages there. The Ogun card, it's not a bad energy. It's just you've got to be a little bit more mindful, and you've got to do work in the physical. And with that challenge energy coming there, that's to say, Aries, you might be put into a situation to where you can't pay for something or where you can't do something. And that's what sparks this notion for you of, okay, I've got to change my financial habits. The word for you, for your finances and your career for 2020 is change, and the other 2 words are financial responsibility. I hate when people do that. They say, I've got 1 word for you, and then they give you like 5 words, and you're like, you could have said I had 1 phrase. Because you just lied and you just wasted extra seconds of my life with all them extra words. Moving on to the next. The next position is love and relationships for you, Aries. And you've got another Earth card here, which is, this is a lot of shifts going on in the physical for you. And as far as your foundation goes, you've got the Santero card. This is another Santeria card from this deck. And this is the King of Pentacles, the King of Coins, the King of Earth, whatever, the King of all that stuff. In this deck, in this spread. And in this deck, this card resonates with this energy of putting work in to really reap the rewards of what you've sown. So as far as love and relationships are concerned, whether you're single or, tied down, let me not say it like that, whether you're single or in a relationship or married or in a partnership, whatever you got going on in your love life, I think it's important for you to know this year, Aries, that you can have everything you desire as far as love goes. You can have the white picket fence and the family with the kids, and you can have, you know, that person that just loves you unconditionally, and, you know, you just light up their life, and you can have that person that does that for you if you're single, whatever. But as I was saying with this Ogun card, as far as your finances go, with this Santero card, as far as your love and your relationship goes, you gotta do the work. You got to put the work in to get what you want. You know, if you watch my videos, you have heard me say, you get what you put in. So whatever energy you put in is the energy that you're going to get back. So if you want to be loved, well, listen, my little baby Aries, you got to put out love. If you want somebody that is going to take care of business and also love you at the same time, then you've got to take care of business and also be able to show affection. If you're in a relationship and you want your relationship or your marriage to be solid and stable and full of happiness and all the good stuff and intimacy and romance, then you've got to put the work in to see that play out. So Aries, as I was talking about that cardinal energy earlier, you guys, you get these ideas and then you run with it. You don't necessarily stop to think about it. So Aries, you might be on this tip to where you're like, oh, I want more romance. And so then you just like, you're in this space to where you're like, I should have more romance. But what have you done to romance your significant other? What have you done to put out the energy that you want to be romanced? You know, Aries, what are you doing? You know, you got to put some work in. As far as relationships go, it's got to be 50-50 or equal parts on all ends. And as far as, you know, the singles go, you know, you are going to attract what you put out. So if you're putting out stank energy, then you're going to get back stank energy. If you're putting out a lack of love, then you're not going to be presented with any opportunities to experience it and see it grow. So for you guys, your message this year, as far as all of this love stuff is concerned, as far as your relationships are concerned, is the only way you will see what you want to play out is by taking the steps and taking the initiative to do so. And this is an earth card, so this is all about doing shit in the physical. This is not about manifesting. This is not about, you know, excuse me guys, I started to catch a little cold yesterday. This is not about manifesting. This is not about you know, harnessing the motivation to do so. This is not about processing the emotions behind it. No, this is about doing the work to see play out what you want to see play out. Or that's not how I wanted to say that, but y'all know what I meant. With the Santero card, this is the card. This is the final card in the Santeria suit, right? So this means that you have the ability to harness this earth energy and actually do the work to make the change in your love life, in your relationships that you like to see happen. Aries, you're cardinal, as I said. You're able to start things. You're able to get shit popping. So whatever you want to see play out for yourself, it can and it will, so long as you do the work to make it do so. And that you have that, you also have that light aspect of fire of actually harnessing the energy of action. So coupled with your energy, the Santero card is, you know, do the work diligently and actively with your fire, okay? Next card that I have coming up for you guys, which I like how this played out, is coming into the position of your personal growth for the year of 2020, Aries. You've got Marasa here, and this is the Lovers in this New Orleans Voodoo Tarot deck. But in this deck, the message is a little different. I'm still going to read it with general tarot energy, but I'm also going to read it with this energy the messages that it carries with this particular deck. On a general level, as far as your personal growth goes, I feel like your relationships and your love lives are going to be very important in 2020. This is the Lovers card. So just generally speaking, you've got, if we're not looking at the separate positions of the spread, you've got a change card here. You've got a, you know, put in the work card here, and then that goes into Lovers. So for those of you, well, not for those of you, for all of you Aries, your love life may be at the forefront this year. You know how last year it might have been career, or it might have been, you know, money, or it might have been your spirituality or family. This year, your relationships and your intimate your intimacy and your romantic relationships and your love life and self-love. Also, we're throwing all the love things there in the mix. Those are all going to be at the forefront for you in 2020. So this is going to be a year with, whenever I think of the energy of love, I just see flowers and like pretty blue skies and the sunshine, and so I think the energy for you this year is going to be a very beautiful energy. Although you've got a little bit of some things happening here with Ogun in your financial and career position. I think it's important for you to remember that this is all happening for a reason, to bring you to the other side of the 5, right? So with Marasa here in the position of your personal growth, as far as the messages from this deck is concerned, this Lovers card carries this energy of balance and support. So as far as your personal growth is concerned, you're making a lot of changes, and it's not just restricted to your finances and your career. You're making a lot of changes on all aspects because you're learning a lot during this year. Everything that you come into, it's kind of like you're in school. We're back in class. School is in session. You're taking notes. You're in mental notes. You know, you're applying these things that you're learning in school to life. Even though a lot of shit in school when I was growing up, I would be like, listen, when am I ever going to use this? And to this day, I still feel that way. I'm like, oh, so what was I sitting in that classroom for 8 hours for? Y'all could have helped me cultivate my talents, and life could have been a little different, but you know, whatever. The millennials are here to change things. Maybe we'll change the curriculum. It needs to be changed anyways. Tangents. Bring it back. Your school is back in session, Aries. So you're learning a lot about life, a lot about your situations, a lot about the way that you're making moves in all aspects of your life. And that is happening so that you can make the changes that need to be made and create this balance in your life, right? And create this harmony in your life and create this balance and growth for yourself. And as you learn these things, as you pick up this new knowledge, as you bring in these new energies, you also create this foundation, the support for yourself that allows you to progress and grow into this new energy, into this new space. And really how I want to say it, instead of grow, is to say learning all these things and picking up these energies allows you to ascend into a more developed, higher vibrational energy, if that makes sense, Aries. Okay, so all that being said, the last card that I have coming up for you in your spread is in the position of the soul message, and this is just further confirming what I just said here. You've got Violet, and the message on the card is to create a balanced life. So I think, Aries, the knowledge card coming in for you is because it's time for you to step forward into whatever new chapter you are. And I feel like you're already there because you're Aries, so you're always a step ahead, right? So whatever new chapter you're in or whatever new thing you're coming into, it's time for you to really create this life for yourself, right? But you cannot do so if you don't have the materials that you need, if you don't have the knowledge that you need, and if you don't have the energy that you need. So you've got to shift some things as far as the way that you work with your money and your finances, and you're going to have to learn a lot about where you are in your career and how to advance. You are definitely going to have to do work as far as love is concerned, and that could be self-love or in a relation or companionship, you know. And then also, you've got to bring all of these things together so that you can create this support for yourself. And by learning all of these things and picking up on these energies, that's what you're doing for most or all of 2020, is you are creating this balance. So as you progress forward into this decade, right, you are actually able to be living your best life. You're actually able to be doing the things that you want to do because you have the knowledge, because you've made the changes that you needed to make, because you've done the work, because you've balanced the things out. Another message with this card, this is purple, violet, it's purple, is to do some crown chakra work going into the year 2020. And I don't believe in coincidence, even though I want to say coincidentally, but not coincidentally. I picked these stones for a reason, because I was saying that I personally want to go into this year with this crown chakra energy of just, you know, harnessing this feeling of completion, of wholeness, and being able to, like I was saying, further ascend into these new ascended spaces, because, you know, the chakras go past the crown chakra, guys. Work with some crown chakra stones. Here I've got golden rutilated quartz, angel aura quartz. I've got the rainbow tourmalated quartz. You can work with some halite, snow quartz because it's cold right now. Danburite. What else do I have? Some Lemurian quartz. Trying to think of what I have. I just got some Tektite. I don't know too much about it, but Tektite is a crown chakra stone. Look into that. You could work with some Tektite. Surround yourself with purple things. Wear some purple, you know, do some crown chakra meditations. Just focus on your energy. This message with that purple card or that violet card coming up there. And then lastly, you've got the 45 on it as well. And as I was talking about, although we're starting a new decade, Aries, you've got a 9. 45 breaks down into 9. 9 is the number of like endings, right? But I'm going to go more so with that energy of ascension that I was talking about. 9 carries this very karmic energy of ascending into new energies. You are starting a new decade, Aries. Well, we are all starting a new decade, but as far as your message is concerned, you're starting a new set, a new round. And in order for you to be abundant, in order for you to be successful, in order for you to be prosperous in this next decade, in this next year, you have got to harness all of these energies and work through all of these things and put in the work that needs to be put in and learn what you need to know in order for you to grow, in order for you to do what it is that you want to do in this next year coming up and the next decade. But this is specifically for the year. So Aries, you have, this is going to be a year of work for you. And I know you're fire and you're like, well, where's the fun? You'll have some fun in there somewhere. I think it's important for you to remember that all the things that you're learning about are things that you're actually interested in. So there's gonna be sprinkles of fun in there, but you are gonna be working this year, Aries. You're gonna be doing a lot of work this year, and I think you'll start to see, you know, the results play out for you as we go into 2021. Okay. All right, y'all, that is your reading. I hope that resonates with you. I hope it provides you with some insight for this next year. Pretty cool, pretty dope energy. I like that you get to cultivate some things and that you're really setting the foundation for yourself coming up in this year. If you'd like your own personal reading, feel free to book one with me, or you can shoot me an email as well. I've got all that linked down below in the description box. Check out the 22 universal year energy. We're rocking with master number energy this year, and whatever other videos I got down there, go look at them. And also, thank you guys so much for getting me to 1,000 subscribers. I will be putting up a video within the next week or so celebrating that. It's going to be a little giveaway video, so keep that in mind. Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed so that you can be notified. Also, hit the little bell so that you can be notified when I put that video up so you can enter. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Peace, happiness, blessings, abundance to all of you, to all you Aries people for this year of 2020. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.